The story of Genesis chapters 6 to 10, which cover a pivotal period in the Bible narrative, focused on the sinfulness of humanity, the flood, and the repopulation of the earth. Here's a breakdown. Chapter 6, the corruption of humanity. Once upon a time, the world was a very different place. People lived for a very long time, and they were much taller than we are today. But something sad happened. People started to forget about God and became very naughty. They did all sorts of bad things and were mean to each other. God saw how bad things had become and was very sad. He said, I am going to wipe out all the people on earth because they have become evil. But there is one good man named Noah. I will save him and his family. Noah was a kind and good man. He loved God and always listened to him. One day, God told Noah, I am going to send a big flood to destroy the world. You must build a big boat called an ark. It must be big enough to hold 2 of every animal, male and female, and enough food to feed them for a long time. Noah was a little scared, but he trusted God. He started building the ark. It was a huge task, and it took many years to complete. Noah worked hard because he knew God was going to save him and his family from the flood. Noah told everyone about the flood, but no one believed him. They laughed at him and said, there is no flood coming. You are crazy. But Noah didn't listen to them. He kept building the ark, and he collected food and animals for the ark. He also prayed to God and asked for his help. God knew that Noah was a good man and that he was doing the right thing. So he helped Noah build the ark and gather animals. One day, God told Noah, it is time for the flood. Get into the ark with your family, and take all the animals you have gathered. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives, along with 2 of every animal, went into the ark. Then God closed the door to the ark. Chapter 7, the flood begins. So Noah, his family, and all the animals were safely inside the ark. They had food, water, and plenty of space. They were ready for the flood. Suddenly, the sky turned dark and stormy. It started to rain, and it didn't just rain a little, it poured. The rain fell for 40 days and 40 nights. The water rose higher and higher, flooding the whole world. Noah and his family were safe inside the ark, but outside it was a disaster. The water covered all the mountains and swallowed up all the cities and towns. All the people and animals who were not in the ark drowned. It was a very sad time, but Noah and his family were happy. They had God's protection, and they were safe inside the ark. They looked after all the animals. They ate the food that God had provided, and they prayed to God to keep them safe. The ark floated on the water for a very long time, but finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out, and the water began to go down. Noah sent a dove out of the ark to see if the water had gone down. But the dove came back because there was still water everywhere. He sent the dove out again a week later, and the dove came back with an olive branch in its beak. This meant that the water was starting to go down, and the ground was starting to dry. Noah was so happy. He knew that God had kept his promise to save him and his family. He was ready to start a new life on a new earth. Chapter 8, the flood ends. Finally, after a long days, God told Noah to open the door of the ark. All the animals, 2 by 2, stepped out onto the fresh, clean earth. It was a beautiful sight, and Noah was so happy to see the sun shining on the land again. Noah built an altar and offered a sacrifice to God. God smelled the sweet smell of the sacrifice and said, I will never again curse the ground because of man. God promised to never again send a flood to destroy the earth. He made a rainbow in the sky as a sign of his promise. Noah and his family started to rebuild their lives. They planted crops, raised animals, and began to fill the earth with people again. They remembered God's promise and thanked him for keeping them safe. Chapter 9 and 10, the Table of Nations. So Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, had families of their own, and they started to have lots of children. These children grew up and had children of their own, and soon there were people living all over the world. Each family group became a different nation, with their own language and customs. The end.
Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and share this video.